I need someone to help me make this big, beautiful bill make sense because I don't get it.
How's nobody talking about how that big, beautiful bill is going to basically wipe out graduate plus loans?
A big, beautiful bill. Man, they are so proud of that name.
I told y'all, Trump said no taxes on overtime, no taxes on tips. And guess what? It just passed the Senate 100-0. Everybody voted for it, no matter what political party you are.
What is up YouTube? My name is Happiness and welcome to my channel. So we're gonna look at some videos whereby people are going to respond to the big beautiful bill that which is Donald Trump has came with. So yes, it seems like it has been passed, the big beautiful bill, and people are saying a lot of things to which they are saying that it doesn't benefit them, but only it benefits the rich and has an effect on the working class, whereby in terms of the taxation and all those tips on everything. I even like this other construction worker says that these tips on overtime, it normally doesn't affect him. It will be like for people who work at 7-Eleven, but in terms of construction workers and government workers, like that one, it will still remain the same, whereby he will be taxed on his occupation. So yeah, guys, let's just check out these videos, and then after that, we'll be right back.
A big, beautiful bill. Man, they are so proud of that name. They can't stop saying it on social media. They officially gave the bill that name, and I get it. I'm a huge fan of alliteration myself. I think the repeated B's give it a certain je ne sais quoi. But if we're going to be repeating B's, I actually think we could have gone even further with it and been more descriptive as to what this bill really is. I would have gone with something like a budgetary boon for billionaires, or a brutal butchering of benefits for the bottom bracket. Or maybe a blight on the biosphere for our barren buddies' bottom lines. I guess I'm just bedeviled by this blunderbuss of a budget bill which bears the blatant branding of all the back-scratching backdoor billionaire buy-ins that broker tax breaks for big business while ballooning the budget, blowing up bipartisan breakthroughs, and bankrupting the already broke. But hey, you can bet your bottom Bitcoin there'll be a backlash back home for all these billionaire bootlickers, so buckle in, bitch.
I need someone to help me make this big, beautiful bill make sense because I don't get it. I don't want arguments, but I do want to hear from people who support this bill. Genuinely, I need help understanding how you can support a bill that cuts healthcare for the poorest and sickest people in this country. I genuinely want help understanding how people can still support the theory of trickle-down economics when we have 40 years of precedent to show that it does not work. Help me understand how you can support a bill that will add $4 trillion to our deficit while hurting American citizens. This bill isn't about schmushmortion. It's not about illegal immigration. And again, the economic theory has 40 years of precedent to show that it doesn't work. So how is this going to fix our economy? Everything that I'm hearing from people who support this big, beautiful bill is the trickle-down economic theory of it. That again, we have 40 years of precedent to show it doesn't work. So there's got to be something else. There has to be some other really good thing about this bill where people would actually support removing healthcare from the poorest and sickest people in this country. And if it's so beautiful, why is it being debated in the shadows of the night? There is no actual emergency. Their deadline is completely made up, and they are trying to rush this through because if they go fast, maybe people won't notice the things in the bill. I've got to be missing something. So please help me understand. What is it that I'm missing?
How's nobody talking about how that big, beautiful bill is going to basically wipe out graduate plus loans? Like, I don't see how people don't see this at this point. He doesn't want people to go actually get an education. And anybody who says otherwise is just an idiot. A ton of people use graduate plus loans to go and pay for grad school. That's ridiculous. And that hack Stephen Miller is trying to pass this off as a good thing. My God. Who the fuck let this bald Heaven's Gate Lex Luthor wannabe be a member of the government? Well, but they're discriminating against us. They're trying to wipe out white people. Well, honestly, if you're racist and you refuse to learn or, acknowledge other points of view, look, all I'm saying is the world does not need any more of those people. And the existing ones, honestly, kind of suck and drag society down.
So I just finished reading the big, beautiful bill that the Republicans are trying to pass. I read the bill so you guys don't have to read the bill. But I came with some of my key points that's in the bill. So, they're going to pass this bill, y'all. I don't care what they cut. They are determined to pass this bill. So get ready for $650 billion in Medicaid cuts. Get ready for $300 billion in SNAP cuts. Get ready for $350 billion in student aid loans. Get ready for them to take $50 billion from federal employees. And they also say they're going to defund parenthood. I don't know. They just so obsessed with women having babies. Also, they're going to remove taxes on gun silencers, y'all. That's what they're removing taxes on. Also, that no tax on tips, which is going to be in this bill, this one beautiful bill. It's only no tax on cash only. Cash only. So if you get credit card tips or anything, they still going to tax that. And if you making up to $25,000, you got to claim that on your taxes and let your employer know how much your cash tips were for you to get the deduction. So it's not what it seems. It's a big, beautiful, dumb bill that's going to hurt America. Think about it. $350 billion in student aid is going to be taken away. So that means less people like me and less people like you ain't going to be able to afford to go to school. And if you do get a loan, you're going to be in debt for a long time. $650 billion worth of cuts to Medicaid. You know your grandma on Medicaid. You know your granddaddy, your children's, autistic children. A lot of those kids are on Medicaid, but yet they're going to cut $650 billion from Medicaid. That's crazy. Also, they taking away food, y'all. We talking about food. $300 billion in SNAP cuts, y'all. That's food. That's what people just trying to survive who don't have nothing. They gonna take that away and make y'all starve anymore. This bill is ridiculous. It's more to this, but I just want to narrow it down so y'all can know what's coming, because they gonna pass this bill. I guarantee you they gonna pass this bill. And also, guess who gained from this bill? Guess who gained? The rich is going to get a $1.4 trillion tax cut. The rich, $1.4 trillion tax cut. So is this the big, beautiful bill y'all been waiting on? It's going to pass. If you're on Medicaid, you better start thinking about what you're going to do. If you get SNAP benefits, you better start thinking about what you're going to do. If you're trying to go to school, you can't get student loan aid, you better start finding out what you're going to do, because it's finna get ugly. They finna take from the poor and really give to the rich right in front of our eyes. And I guarantee y'all, I don't care how many Republicans say they're not going to vote right now, but when that bill comes to the table, they're going to vote for it. So get ready, y'all. Get ready for this big, beautiful BS bill that's going to destroy a lot of people's lives just to get rich, just to find money from somewhere to give a $1.4 trillion tax cut to the rich. Make America great again. Make America fucking great again.
There is no reason why you should have to be at home collecting food stamps because you have a 16-year-old child, because you have a 9-year-old child who can be in aftercare, or during the 8 hours that they're at school, you could just take your ass to work. I prefer to stay grounded in truth. I hate to see my people just willingly be so stupid and willingly be used as tools of propaganda against the President of the United States. So let's read the language of the bill. Able-bodied adults without dependents work requirements. A, Section 603 of the Foods and Nutrition Act of 2008 is amended to read as follows. Exception to paragraph 2 shall not apply to an individual if the individual is under 18 or over 65 years of age, medically certified as physically or mentally unfit for employment, a parent or a member of a household with a responsibility for a dependent child under 7 years of age. They're otherwise exempt under subsection D2 if you're a pregnant woman, if you're currently homeless, if you're a veteran, if you're 24 years of age or younger and was in foster care under the responsibility of a state on the date of attaining 18 years of age or such higher age as the state has elected under section 475A(b), or if you are responsible for a dependent child of 7 years of age or younger and is married to and resides with an individual who is compliant with the requirements. Basically, if you have a dependent who is older than 7 years old, they ass should be at school or can be at aftercare or daycare. They are not dependent on you. They're not being breastfed by you. They do not need to be 100% nurtured by you. If they are a healthy, able-bodied 7-year-old child, they can go their ass to school, they can go to aftercare, and you can go to work while your 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 12-year-old, 17-year-old is at school.
All right, by now many people know that the big beautiful bill is likely going to pass through Congress. So how will it actually affect your income? Well, the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania just did the math to see how this will affect the top 5 income groups in America, and here's what they found. So not only did they find how much money you will be affected, but they also found the percentage in which you'd be affected. If you make under $17,000 per year on a yearly basis, you're going to be losing $820 per year, or minus 14%. If you go and make between $17,000 and $51,000, then you'd be losing $430 per year with all the stuff that's in this bill. If you're making between $51,000 and $93,000, you'd be gaining $840 per year. If you make between $93,000 and $174,000, your value, or the amount you'd make per year, would go up by $3,000 per year. And finally, if you make between $174,000 and $263,000, you'd be making an extra around $5,000 per year. Those who make over $263,000 per year also make quite a lot of money as well. But I would have to make a whole nother video about all the gains that they're going to get. So if you want me to do that, let me know in the comment section.
I told y'all, Trump said no taxes on overtime, no taxes on tips. And guess what? It just passed the Senate 100-0. Everybody voted for it, no matter what political party you are. It's too good of a deal to turn down, so now anybody that makes less than $160,000 a year will not pay taxes on their tips, and hourly workers will not pay taxes on overtime. Passed the Senate 100-0. That broke history. When it goes to the House, it's going to fly through. Now do y'all believe Trump? Because not only has he done everything he said he was going to do, he's done it in less than 6 months. He ain't even been in office 6 months. And you people are still saying he's a liar. He doesn't tell. He said he was going to do that. And y'all thought it was all bullshit. You know why? Because y'all are just stupid people. Just stupid. Y'all don't want to give the man a chance because he calls people names, but yet he's made everything better, on top of the Golden Dome that's going to go over the United States that repels missiles, so no nuclear warfare can get to us. Y'all are just stupid. Stupid fucking people.
Trump said his tax cuts were for everybody, but his numbers were just put under a microscope by people a whole heck of a lot smarter than me and you. Penn Wharton went through the House reconciliation bill and made a chart to show how much taxes each income level would be saving. So let's take a look at it. So this chart came out about a week ago, and you can find it at that website there for Penn Wharton. And you can see each tax bracket and how much money they're going to actually be saving. So the negative numbers means that's how much you're actually going to be adding to your tax bill. And then the plus numbers are how much you're going to be saving for your tax bill. And you'll notice it says change after tax and transfer income. So let me explain what that is. After tax and transfer income is the amount of money you have left over after paying your taxes and receiving any sort of government assistance. And those benefits would include things like Social Security, unemployment, tax credits, and food stamps. Now keep in mind that the idea is cutting benefits like SNAP and Medicaid will encourage low-income individuals to work more hours. And if able-bodied low-income individuals worked more, these numbers could look different. And Wharton also said that this bill favors individuals who are saving money rather than spending money. So more tax advantages for the middle and upper class, while the lower class gets less tax advantages because they're not working as much. So one more time, these are the numbers for you to review, but I want to hear from you. Do you think that this is fair and it should be viewed as something to encourage people to be working? Or do you think it's unfair and they should revise this entire thing? Let me know in the comments below.
Okay guys, thank you for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe, and let's meet up to the next video, and peace out.